Hey everybody, Logan here. Today I'm bringing you another controller for PC. This one was sent to me by BigBig, now known as Mojon. And this one's been out for a little bit, but they reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to cover this one? We like what you've done with our previous entries. And I said, you know what? Sure. This one is a mid-tier entry. It's regularly $59.99, but currently on sale, as the time of recording, for $47.99 on Amazon. What is that, you say? Well, you clicked on the video. You should have a good idea. That is the Gale Hall from BigBig. And this is one of their mid-tier offerings. It's got everything a standard, not professional level gamer would want, but someone who wants something with good performance, no drift, and that'll last a while. That's wireless and comes with a charge base. So it's a pretty good deal. The only thing is it any good? Let's unbox it, test it out, find out. Here we go. We've got the BigBig Gale Hall multi-platform wireless controller for Windows 10, 11, Switch, Android, iOS. We are going to be testing this today on PC, Windows 11. So right on the front, you can see the design of the controller. They do offer it in two colors. I saw it as well as black and, well, this grayish color with the orange accents. 1000 hertz wired, 1000 hertz polling rate, Hall sensor triggers, and Hall sensor joysticks means Hall affect everything. Solid entry, and if you look on the side, it gives you a little bit more. 2.4 gigahertz Bluetooth wired, Hall sensor trigger, 4 additional buttons, macro turbo function, gyroscope, smart charging stand, Hall effect sticks. So play big, one big, 2.4 gigahertz dongle type C charging. So otherwise, you've got everything you have on every other one. 1000 mAh battery, I think, is pretty solid. It's one of the higher ones I've been seeing lately. I've seen controllers come with as low as like 700, and I'm like, oof. But anything more than 1000 is solid. It's probably going to give you 20 plus hours. 4 remappable additional buttons. So it's got 4 flappy paddles in the back, smart charging stand, 1000 hertz polling rate, PC app customized. You can download it, and then, well, that's how you can program everything. 50-step macro programming. That's a lot. So I don't play any games where I would need that, but hey, if you do, I guess you can have the gameplay for you. Or press the controller and just does everything for you. Not one of those gamers, because I'm old school. Old school! So, alrighty. Without any further ado, I think that's about it. So, alright, let's get this bad boy open. There we go. That's a solid controller right there. You have the Xbox layout because, well, PC is pretty much an Xbox now, or is Xbox pretty much a PC? That's debatable. And then on the inside, you have the Switch layout for BAYX, so you can use this on the Switch and reference that. D-pad is on the smaller side, but feels very nice. You've got those standard BigBig sticks. I've always liked the texture and design they use for the sticks. All membrane buttons. So you got your capture and the menu buttons like you would have on Xbox. I wish they would put a little plus and minus if they went as far as putting the BYAX over there, but okay, that's fine. Controller bumpers feel very similar to Xbox. The feeling in the hand is very Xboxy. Now, you look at the back, you got 4 flappy paddles. You got 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. Some people like them better when they're vertically. Some people like them better this way. But hey, that's on you. You got your sync button right there, and then the charge spot. All right, so there we go. Not too shabby. Nice little look there. You get a solid Type-C cable. I do love when they put those on the sticks now to protect them during shipping. Great. And then you have what I like. I think this is a great addition when any company adds these to their controllers are the adjustable sticks, because some people like the shorter ones, some people like the taller ones, some people like to mix them up. And then here you go. You've got multiple heights. Let's see what we got here. You got one that's a bit longer than the other. Here. And here. So these are going to be the ones on here, going to be the shortest ones. You got the mediums and you got the tall. So let's pop one off and just say, let's add a tall here. Very simple. Just pop it in. Get a tall one. We'll pop this one off and add a medium here. So depending on how you like it, that actually feels pretty nice. Another good thing is when they give you the taller sticks, if you put on thumbstick caps, you don't have to worry about them touching the ring. And I know that can be an issue for people who like using the thumbstick caps. The shorter sticks tend to rub and cause issues. You can't hit the entire sidewall, and then you get some blockage, and you don't want that. That's not too shabby. But for testing purposes, we will go back to the originals. Come on. There we go. And see how it feels with the standard, because this is all a personal preference. Do we have any power from the get? Yes, we got a little bit of power to start with. So it's going to make it easier for testing. I don't have to worry about charging it and coming back to it. With that said, you know what we have to do? Well, we have to check up the stats and then go test it. Here we go. We are on GamePadlet checking out all the user-verified stats for the BigBig 1 Gale Hall. Again, my go-to site, controllertest.org, is still acting weird, and I don't know why. I cannot get it to work on any PC, with any controller, with any browser. So we're going to continue using GamePadlet for the time being until I get myself a GDPL tester. So right now, let's take a look. This has been out a bit longer than I actually thought, so we've got quite a few stats on it. So if we just go right here, it says Android, iOS, PC, Nintendo Switch, like I stated previously. Bluetooth, cable, and dongle interfaces. It says the price range anywhere from $40 to $60, and like I said in the beginning, it is currently listed at $47.99 on Amazon. It is on sale. So let's go down. This doesn't say much to most people, but these numbers do. So if we're looking at button latency right here, this is what most people tend to look for. You got a dongle for Zinput, and then switch, cable for Zinput and switch, Bluetooth, Zinput and switch. Honestly, most people are going to be using this for their PC, but you do have the option to use it on your Nintendo Switch. But honestly, I would go with something like the Blitz if you're going to be playing on the Switch and you want a BigBig 1 controller. So let's go over here and take a look. The average latency for the dongle is going to be 15.13, but can go up pretty high for some of these other tests. That's interesting. 20.66, 21. Those seem to be outliers if you're looking at the rest. Cable 6, which is really nice, and cable on the Switch is 10. That's still really nice. Bluetooth 13, and then Bluetooth 15 on the Switch. Now, if we go over here, your polling rate is much higher when you're using the dongle over here at 914 via Zinput, and then you go down to cable 941. So not that big of a difference. That's pretty cool, but we are going to test it via cable because the box says 1000 hertz via cable, so we want the best performance. But then when you go to Bluetooth, ouch, 195 hertz, oof. And then on Switch, 100. That is not the greatest. So the jitters seem to be fine, but this is what we're going to do right here, cable Zinput, which means PC. So if you look, everything seems to be solid except for the stick centering, But again, that could be depending on the unit itself. One controller can be manufactured very differently than the next, even though they're on the same assembly line. So keep that in mind. That can be what I've seen with these. It could be just the part they're using for this specific model or this specific production line. So yeah, that's not the greatest, but seems like it's the average. But everything else is solid. And then when we go down, if you want, you can read a bit more. Head over to Gamepadla and you can read about the inner zone, outer zone, stick resolution, asymmetry, index, circle error, stick centering. Here, that's the one where it says and then the disclaimer right there. But for the last few things for the specifications, let's go over. It says D-pad buttons are membrane, main buttons, membrane, sticks, Hall, audio port. No, there is not. Button layout, Xbox, joystick positioning, asymmetric, which is the pro layout. Paddles, 4, see, flappy paddles, 4 of them. No rubber handles, no trigger locks. Gyro, yes. NFC, no. Switch wake up, no. Trigger vibration, no. Triggers, analog, yes. Dongle switch. For the dongle, cable and Bluetooth, it's input and switch. Interface type C. Firmware support, macros option, yes. Mobile software, no. The box said there was. Interesting. No, the box said there was app support. PC. No dead zone PC software. You guys need to fix your spelling. Android, iOS, Linux, Mac, Switch compatible. Not PS3, PS4, PS5 compatible. Windows, yes. Xbox One and Xbox Series, not compatible. Keep that in mind as you make your comments on does it work with PlayStation 5 or Xbox One. I get that all the time, and I clearly stated in the video. All right, with that out of the way, let's test, see how it feels in game. So, feels good. It feels just like any other 1000 hertz controller. Super smooth. Like I said, I like the sticks. Buttons are very responsive. So you're going to have to download the app for your PC in order to program the back flappy paddles, because there's nothing pre-programmed there. Feels good though. Can't say anything bad about it. D-pad snappy. So yeah, overall, it's a solid controller in terms of specs, in terms of just feel, overall control. Yeah, for a $47.99, regular price $59, I would say pick it up now. If you can get it for that $50 range, I think it's a good deal. Especially the fact that it comes with that charge stand. You get 4 mappable buttons in the back. That's always great. Well, some people think it is. And otherwise, you get that good quality that comes in a BigBig One controller. Now, if you want to use it with a Switch, you can. You can use it with mobile. But I think its best performance is going to be on PC. You'll get that full 1000 hertz, and like we saw, it's a solid choice. So tell me what you guys think. Did you pick up the Gale Hall? Do you plan on picking up the Gale Hall? Or are you still looking at the Blitz 2? I like the Blitz 2 the best, but it's going to cost you quite a bit more money. I think for what this costs and what it offers, solid option. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll be glad to answer any questions that I can. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.